Hi, my name is Steve McDaniel with LaRosa Realty. I put together a short presentation for sellers who just can't sell their house. With my method, I believe we can sell your house in 16 to 60 days or less. That's right, 16 to 60 days or less. Now, I put together a website. It's called leaseoptionflorida.com. Okay, in it will describe how we can sell your house quickly using our methods. But as of right now, sellers, you have 5 ways on selling your house. One, if it doesn't sell, you can drop the price, drop it some more, keep dropping it, and lose money. Or you can just wait it out, wait till the prices go up. Of course, you got the short sale. With the short sale, of course, you damage your credit, and of course, you don't make any money because the bank's taking a hit. They don't want you to make any money also. Then you can rent it out. If you ever rented, you know what kind of nightmare that is. And the 5th way is selling your house using one of our creative strategies. Now, take a scenario. You got a retail sale of $150,000. Of course, it doesn't sell, so you keep dropping the price. Finally get a price of $132,000. Now, if you look at the numbers onto the side, you'll see this is basically what the agents will get, and the closing costs and the seller concessions, and total selling cost of $16,000. And here is what you would net from the title company. Remember this number because we'll come back to it later. That's also figuring what's owed and if it's actually a short sale or not. Now, moving along. Another scenario, rental scenario. $150,000 list price again. Doesn't sell, of course. Keep dropping the price, still doesn't sell. So you decide to rent it. Put it on Craigslist, MLS, many different ways. But now you got to deal with showing it. You got time wasters. You got folks that say they're going to see the property, don't come see the property. And you got to deal with credit verification, criminal history, rental checks, chasing people down for your money, and hoping they don't tear the place up in the process. Now, take the expenses now. You got 8% vacancy, 8% vacancy fee. That's 1 month vacancy. You're looking at least 1 month out of the year, house is going to be vacant for repairs, and also going back to, again, the credit screening and criminal history checks and all that stuff. If you decide to go with a management company, there's the fees to the side here. Also your maintenance fees, which includes the water, garbage pickup, and so forth, and appliances. What if we could sell your house now for top dollar? Forget the hassles of selling or renting, and getting multiple tax breaks. That sound interesting? Of course it does. So I guess you'd ask, what is a lease option? Well, you got a rental agreement plus the pre-agreed upon sale of the property within the next 6 to 24 months. Buyer's going to put down an option deposit, money that they do not want to lose. The buyers will also be responsible for all the upkeep and utilities. And our buyers get approved for a mortgage and they'll buy ASAP. Why are lease options working? Well, for one, home prices are bottoming out. Sellers are getting realistic. They can't sell like they want. So it's opening up a big market for the home sellers. You have sellers with houses that's vacant, carrying 2 mortgages, just not selling. With our way, sellers maintain on-time mortgage payments and good credit. Now, the flip side of everything was buyers. Banks are making things a lot tighter for them to buy. So you have much more buyers that's willing to do our process for lease purchase as opposed to going the traditional way. Just more about a necessity. So you have a lot more buyers out there to match up with your houses. Now, top 3 seller questions. What if there's major damage? Well, mindset of our buyers are they're owners, not renters. Would you damage your own property? Of course not. Neither would they. They're not thinking of themselves as renters. They're thinking of themselves as owners. Of course, they're going to put down a large down payment, which is non-refundable again. And of course, if it was major damage, like the roof damage from the hurricanes or something like that, you have insurance for that. What if they move out in the middle of the night? Well, you could just resell it for one. 2, they tend to give notice if they have to leave. Also, you get to keep the option deposit. Okay, remember it was a large size deposit they put down. but they typically don't just move out because of that deposit they put down. Money collection, that's going to be paid for our escrow company, and it's paid by the buyer. Now there's 5 parts of this lease option contract. You got the rental agreement, you got the option money, you got the future purchase price, which is the full asking price, and rent credits. This is the major right here. Usually it's about 10% of the rent rate. This is the incentive for the tenant buyer to pay on time. And the commission. Commission is our fee as real estate agents, and that fee is paid by the tenant buyer. Tenant's going to write 2 checks. All checks are going to go to the escrow company. One is the option deposit, and the other is the first month's rent, which includes the rent credit. Title company is going to handle the payments, okay, which protects the buyer and the sellers. Okay, the buyer knows that the mortgage payment is being paid, and the seller doesn't have to chase down their money. Okay, again, the buyer pays for that service. Now, what is our leaseoptionflorida.com success process? Well, now the seller has options. Okay, the buyer is ready to move and buy now. We are only going to work with qualified buyers, folks that are ready to qualify and move in the next 6 to 12 months, up to 24 months. We're going to handle all the screening, job, credit, and criminal, and we're going to show the property by appointment unless the property is vacant. In this case, we would look at no long-term vacancies, because, again, a lot more buyers than what you had typically. Let's go back to that first example again. The scenario, this time, same price, $150,000 asking price. You have the option deposit, put up 6% for the seller concessions, closing costs. Now you're looking at $129,000 net proceeds in this situation. Now you add the $3,500 from the buyer's option deposit, you're looking at $132,500. Okay. Overall, after the principal pay down, the monthly payments, everything, you're looking at a lot more, $144,000 in this case, $400. A lot much more than $115,850 from the first example that we said earlier. Now, what's the next steps? Seller agrees to allow us to market their property, either sign the listing agreement or a letter of understanding or a letter of intent. Either one of these, we can begin to find your buyer immediately. Well, that's it. Thank you. Call me if you have any questions. I'll answer my own phone. Again, my name is Steve McDaniel with La Rosa Realty.